To change the color of your fireplace. A lot of you know me as someone who was raised by a family who was always finishing furniture, and in fact I was there in the shop since I was 15, so it wasn't really that easy and fun, because the main job that was when you're a beginner, when you're new, is sanding. So sanding is not something that a lot of people enjoy. That wasn't my case. But people don't realize how important is the sanding process in a piece of furniture. In this case, we're going to talk about this fireplace. And what we can see is that the color of this mirror, this is a new addition to this living room. So what we're going to do is try to match this color for this fireplace. So at this point, I'm going to explain to you what is the process to do it. The number one thing that you got to do is get a piece of sandpaper, and this is a 220 grit. As you can see, it's a 220 grit sandpaper. So the first thing we're going to do is apply light sanding in all the surface. And I did this already, so right now I'm just going to explain to you that we're going to do the sanding on the mantle, and we're going to go using the grain of the wood. Okay? And this is a process that, like I said again, it might take some time, but you need to take your time to take as much as you can of the all finish. You don't have to go all bare wood, okay? Now, the next thing is, as I mentioned to you, I did this yesterday, so this was a process that I already did. So, once again, as you can see the way how I folded the sandpaper, folded it 3 times so you can use the most efficient on the sandpaper. One little piece, you'll do it, in this case, the size of this fireplace. Once you do the sanding, the next part of the process is to clean up the dust, okay? I recommend the using of a lacquer thinner. This lacquer thinner is a product that will dry very quick, okay? I want to wear some kind of latex gloves to protect your hands to do the cleaning. And in this time I'm going to be doing the cleaning with the lacquer thinner. So lacquer thinner will make sure that we take care of all the dust. Because we want to match the color of this mantle as close as possible to this mirror, we're going to have to use a solid color, which brings us to have a paint. We're not going to be using stain anymore, we're not going to be using varnish, we're going to use a kind of paint to get to that color. When you're going to do that, you're going to have to cover the old varnish that was here, and for that we're going to have to use a kind of primer. We're using a primer. You know, you can use any type of primer that you want, but we're using a primer that is going to be a bond coat. That's the most important word that you need to find on the primer that you want, is the word bond. It's not really the stain blocker because we're using a dark color, but mainly for bonding. So we did the sanding, we did the cleaning of the dust. Now we're going to apply the bond primer on it. Okay, we have applied the first coat now. I know you're gonna tell that I already took my sweater off. Once you start painting, you know, you start getting warmer, and then, you know, it's time that you start taking layers. So we put a first coat of primer, we're gonna let it dry. We might probably gonna let it dry for, you know, at least 1 day, and we're gonna come back tomorrow to do the painting. So we're back here the next day when we're done with the painting. I have done 2 coats on this mantle, and what I did is I took the sample, I took a picture of the mirror and took it to my paint store. You know, you might decide which paint store is the best for you. Sometimes we know that that person that is good at helping us with colors, and you just gotta choose a good quality paint. I did pick up a McCormick. It's an acrylic exterior paint that I use, and I had them match the color for me. And I had done 2 coats. As I mentioned before, it's good to know that the more time you leave the primer on, the better will be your product to be finished. So this is the finish today that we could see on the change of the color of this mantle on this fireplace. Right, so this shower is for someone who is not able to stay the whole shower time. So what we did is we put this bench, and as you can see, this bench is sturdy. You can sit on it and still feel okay. Then what you do is you lift it so you can just normally take your shower. Another important feature on this shower is grabbing bars. As you can tell, the grabbing bar is very important when somebody cannot really walk very well. So we want to make sure that that person has a way to grab and get up. This grabbing bar is very important. We have another grabbing bar here, that is important too for the moment of a person to walk in the shower. Another thing of this custom shower is the walk-in. We have 5 inches a step. When we used to have a tub, now we're using just 5 inches to come inside. Hopefully you like this video, and you can comment with us, and if there's any questions, we'll be there responding to you. We'll put some links where you can get this bench. Maybe there's something that you might want to try. It's stainless steel, and it's made out of a wood that it will stand with the water. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video.